The virgin birth prophecy of Yeshayahu, that's Isaiah, chapter 7 and verse 14, has been highly debated within Judaism and Christianity for centuries. And modern forms of Judaism love to emphasize that the Hebrew word pronounced as Alma, used in this verse, is ambiguous. And if anyone out there says that it is not ambiguous, that it can only mean virgin, or only mean maiden, or young woman, or women, plural, they're either don't know what they're talking about, in other words, they're ignorant, or they are purposely trying to use dogma to deceive people, such as with anti-missionaries. And I'm not out there to judge which one or the other when someone's dogmatic, but I'm going to prove that about 2,000 years ago, the Hebrew word Alma was interchangeable. It is ambiguous in that it could mean maiden or maiden, plural, or young women or woman, singular or plural, or it could mean virgin or virgins, plural, depending on whether there's a plural suffix or not, of course. And we must admit also that the Hebrew word betula with a B, betula pronounced, is the explicit word for virgin that's always used for virgin, and as far as I know, it hasn't been interchangeable in the scriptures, in the Tanakh, as many know as the Old Testament scriptures. And betula, this Hebrew word, is used 5 times just in this book of Yeshayahu, or we say Isaiah in English. And if you want those scriptures, I'll be glad to post them on the comments of this video. Just request that, and I'll be glad to post that to you. But we must answer that question, why? Why not, if it's inspired by him, why not inspire an explicit word like betula if it's to be the word for virgin? Why wouldn't he make it just so explicit so it wouldn't be a debate? Well, I'm going to answer that for you with profound, solid evidence. Not just hearsay or ambiguous statements, but I'm going to provide evidence for you to seriously consider and weigh out this evidence, which be true. But regardless, because there is so much valuable evidence and information to seriously consider accurately in regard to this virgin birth debate, as we might call it, within the prophecy of this chapter of Isaiah, chapter 7, verse 14. So because there's so much, I'm going to segregate and create a playlist, or we can call it a series on YouTube. A playlist is what it's often referred to when you're connecting a number of videos together. And so I've created smaller subtopics within the context of this chapter, Yeshayahu, Isaiah, and also within the whole book itself, and include some relative Brit Hadashah writings, or most of you know that as the New Testament. And so for you interested listeners out there, perhaps I have some information. Probably 90% of you, I'll have some new information for you. If you're interested and want to fully comprehend all the evidence and fully digest all each piece of evidence that I have to provide, whether it be in the scriptures itself, a little bit of history, but to more comprehensively and carefully and correctly discern the importance of all the relative evidence on this topic, and that has been given to me, I'll gladly share. So on this playlist series, topics are the next video teaching I'll connect to this. This is just an introduction to the playlist. But the next video connected will be the topic of the two Hebrew words Alma and Betula. The second video, the next one I plan to connect, is the drash, the context of this chapter 7 in the book of Isaiah, as we say in English. Chapter 7. Getting into the context of verse 14 here. And then the next video teaching, I'll answer the question why Yeshua, aka Jesus, was not literally or primarily named Emmanuel. Within the Brit Hadashah writings, we see his name as Yeshua, or also translated as Jesus, or if it was 500 years ago from the English translators, it was Iusis from the Latin. But either way, it's not Emmanuel, which means the Almighty is with us here, the Most High. So I'm going to answer that question in another video teaching. There's some good information for that. And the next video teaching after that, I'll answer the question why Joseph, or we say Yosef's, Davidic genealogy, why is it only his genealogy listed in Matthew? We say Matthew chapter 1. If it was a virgin birth and Joseph is not the physical father or the father, then why is it just his genealogy mentioned? And that proposes a great question that I have very important information and evidence to provide for you. And I may add any other topics I can't foresee down the road, other important information if I've left out anything, or I gain more understanding and information that might be brought to me down the road. So please subscribe to me on YouTube if you have not already. Feel free to subscribe to me, and that way you'll get an email announcement whenever I update, or upload I should say, a video onto YouTube. And then you can keep up to speed, especially with this playlist that I have to provide. So at your convenience, and this way you can, at your convenience, even during your busy schedules here on this, what we call planet Earth, to study these things and hear what I have to provide, the information. And as you can get into cyberspace with me. And please watch and learn a little bit here, a little bit there within your days of being busy, and can squeak in some free time to listen what I have to present and the subtopics that I have to upload regarding the fulfilled prophecy of this verse and the drash context as well of Yeshayahu, Isaiah 7:14. Also, I can word as the Alma prophecy, or I should say the Alma birth.